wanted to do a short video for my English-speaking friends about the burning of Notre Dame. Varg, where have you been yesterday? Let's find out. I'm joking. I'm joking because you have to have a light spirit when something as dark as this is happening. Look, I don't believe in God. While I was born and raised Christian, Catholic, I don't recognize myself in that religion anymore. However, such cathedrals, actually this one was built on a temple of Jupiter, which was built on even more ancient pagan temples. These incredible buildings built over centuries by incredibly skilled Europeans are a symbol of our civilization. They're a symbol of elevation. They're a symbol of belief in something bigger than ourselves. And these are important buildings in our world where everyone believes about consumerism and basically believes in nothing, in nihilism. And when all beliefs are gone, you have destruction. Now, we don't know what happened. And obviously, it's always a bit silly, and I probably do that myself, to go into speculations on is it an accident? Is it an arson attack? Is it a crazy guy? We don't know. I doubt this is a natural accident. I doubt this is a mistake. But we'll see what happens. What is more important is that this is a symbol. It's a symbol that actually touches me as a European. Art, churches should be protected. In fact, even religious centers and art from other cultures that we are having in our territories, such as in our museums. In the British Museum, you have amazing Greek and artifacts from all over the world. The same in the Berlin, for example, Berlin Museum. You have amazing things about Egypt. Now, these are not European, but we should respect them just as well. And if you go to I don't know, even if you go to a mosque, which is definitely not European, or a synagogue, which is also not European, you should not destroy it or do anything about it. Well, first of all, it's against the law. But even if you were willing to go against the law, attacking religious and historical and artistic symbols is not right. There are some people who are black-pilled who think that, oh, this is a disaster, this is the death of Christianity, this is the death of Europe. No, you don't understand it, that this makes people upset, and when people are upset, they will fight back. And Catholicism and Christianity in generally have been completely depraved and debased and brought to a global homo type ideology and pro-immigration. And this is because they've been led and perverted and led by traitors to Europeans, traitors to European civilization and culture. And when such acts happen, actually it's counterproductive. If let's say it would be a terrorist attack, let's say if it's an arson attack, well, you shouldn't be black-pilled. In fact, you should get angry and prepare, because the war is already here. The war has been declared a long time ago. And it's just now starting to be, this is one of the symptoms, one of the effects, if it's an attack. So I think that Catholics and Christians should also think about their faith and go deep into their soul. You know, the church is but stone. While it is an important, artistic and historical site, it's just stones and wood. After all, if you believe in God, Jesus, and other historical important people who are believed to be messengers or divine inspired people, well, they all say one thing, is that the faith is in your heart, is in your soul. It's not in buildings. It's not in artifacts. It's not in material things. And that the spirit to fight back, the spirit to conquer again, the spirit to be again sovereign on our lands and to kick away invasions, whoever they are, and there are many invasions in our lands, Well, you have to go and get this in your soul, in your heart. Now, I write about survival, and I actually try to live a simpler life in my farm most of the time. And and of course I write books about that. The important element of survival is in your mind. It's not the tools, it's not the knife or the even the garden. It's in your mind. Are you able to be resilient? Are you able to be independent? Are you able to be um, fighting on and have this indomitable spirit of not becoming a slave to whoever wants to enslave you? And there are many people who want to enslave us today. Some are visible, some are non-visible, and the non-visible ones are way more dangerous. Now, get upset about this and use that anger to strengthen your soul, to strengthen your heart, to motivate you to get stronger and more motivated to your preparations. Use this to network. In fact, I always say this: Christians, Catholics, Orthodox, and other different denominations, stick together, talk to each other, repel the horrible consumeristic and hedonistic and immigrationist new, well, it's not new, it's 40 years old, but the politics of your churches. Ally with pagans. There's a growing number of people who are rejecting monotheistic religions, who go and seek the deeper roots of European and even others' uh, ancient beliefs. It's not about gods, it's about ancient beliefs. And I encourage you to check out Marie Cachet or Varg Birkenes channels. It's quite interesting about that. I encourage you to talk with the Jews and the Muslims who are not against European civilization. There are many. And of course, I encourage you to talk with many atheists or agnostics who are of goodwill, like I hope I am, and who are actually willing to save what can be saved of European civilization. And we could debate for a long time of what it means and when European civilization has actually been killed quite some time ago. But certainly we need to, it's not about going back to Europe of 1950 or Europe about 1850. It's about rebuilding something new on the ashes of what is coming. And unfortunately, this cathedral burning, and now the ashes of that cathedral, is but one of the many already. There's been a lot of attacks on churches, but it's probably one of the many of the future attacks that we will still have to suffer until the traitors who are commanding over us are gone or gotten rid of. It's going to happen soon, quite soon. Maybe a few years, maybe a decade at most, but they're doomed. They are brought and they have cornered themselves into a place where they only have one choice, which is war, and that war will consume them. It's the way it is. I'm not happy, I'm not upset. It's the way it is. You have to accept everything. I like Buddhism a lot. You have to accept reality. You have to accept that life is, part of it is suffering, and that suffering makes you stronger, like Nietzsche would say. Anyways, my heart and I would say prayers, but I can't pray, of course. I don't believe in that. But certainly my heart and compassion goes to all the Christians who are touched about this. More importantly, my heart goes to all the Europeans, including myself, who believe that such important monuments and artistic treasures are an integral part of our history and our soul. It will be rebuilt. Sooner or later, it will be rebuilt. And even if it isn't, it will still be a sign of glory for our past achievements as European civilization, just as the Colosseum, the Parthenon, and other European ruins still are symbols of our great, great past. But what is important is the future. And to make our future great, we have to be free and sovereign again, as individuals and as nations and as a civilization. And this is what we need to do. And this is why I tell you, as always, prepare yourselves.